recording. Salve, salvete, discipuli, discipulus, sum tuum magister Ricky LaRosa. Greetings to all and everyone. I am Ricky LaRosa, your tutor for this Latin lesson number 2. And what I want to cover in this lesson are two things. The review of the verb to be, the infinite verb to be, in English and Latin, and also in Spanish. And the second part would be the sentence structure, a comparative of the two structures of the sentence in English and Latin. So let's dive right in. This should be review to my students of the Latin and Grammar Club. And if it's not review for those of you who are learning this for the first time, I will go at a slow pace. Because it's important that you understand language is not easy in the beginning to learn any language. So we need to have patience and dedication to what we're doing. In my opinion, my humble opinion, perhaps the most important verb in the English language, Latin language, or Spanish language for that matter, would be the infinite verb to be. And we all recall Hamlet's famous line, to be or not to be. The infinite verb to be in Latin is esse, E-S-S-E, esse. The Latin, the verb to be in Spanish is ser. And as we recall from previous lessons, we have two forms of ser, of to be rather, in Spanish. We have ser and estar. But today we're going to deal with ser. In English, we would say, first person singular, I am. Second person singular, you are. You are my friend. You are a teacher. Third person singular, he, she, it is. He is very smart. She is very funny. It is playing dead. My dog, it is playing dead. First person plural, we are. We are friends. Second person plural, in English, this gets a little interesting because in English there are two ways to say to be in the second person plural. The first way is you all. See you all soon now. I don't know if that was a good southern accent, but from, let's say, the south of the Mason-Dixie line, from around starting in Maryland, Washington D.C., going down in the south, they say you all for the second person plural. And north of that Mason-Dixie line, in the north, we say you guys. It doesn't matter if the group of people that we're addressing includes boys and girls, male and female, or in fact if the group that we're addressing are all girls. And sometimes I address my students that are all girls, you guys, and one of them raised their hand and said, Mr. LaRosa, why are you calling us guys? We're girls. And of course I had to review this lesson again with them. And the third person plural, they are. They are nice people. They are going to the store. Okay. In Spanish, we have ser, yo soy, I am. Yo soy maestro, I am a teacher. Second person singular, tú es mi amigo. Tú es inteligente, you are intelligent. Tú es mi amigo, you are my friend. Third person singular, es. He, she, it, ella, él, usted es mi amigo. First person plural, somos. Somos amigos. We are friends. Second person plural. Sois. Vosotros. Vosotras. Sois. And the comment on this form of the verb ser is that this is the grammatical correct form. But in Latin America and the Caribbean, in Spanish-speaking countries, this form is not really used at all, much at all, either in common conversation. Third person plural, son. Uh, they are. Él, ellas, ustedes son estudiantes. They are students. And of course, in Spanish, we have grammatical gender. Okay, male, female. In English, for all practical purposes, we don't have grammatical gender. In Latin, we do, and very, very important that we have grammatical gender. Although in English, we have some words which may be viewed as male, female grammatical words, like Mother Earth, or the fatherland, the nation, fatherland, or the moon. Sometimes is referred to as she, or the planet Venus. And that comes from mythology and folklore. And it's very interesting, those topics as well. I'm just looking at my time. I apologize for that, because I'm limited on these YouTube recordings. And of course, esse, esse. Remember, in Latin, we pronounce all the letters and consonants and vowels are all pronounced s. So it's not esse, esse. It's esse. Okay. Sum, sumnauta. I am. Sum is I am. It takes two words in English to say I am. It takes the pronoun I and the verb am. But in Latin, because it is in my opinion, again my humble opinion, a more refined, a structurally superior language than English or Spanish, you only need one word to say I am. That is sum. So if I want to say I am a sailor, I would say sum nauta. Sum, I am, nauta, sailor. S, S. Tu es malus. Tu es malus. You are bad. Okay. Third person singular. S. S. Roma in Europa est. Rome is in Europe. First person plural. Sumus. Sumus. We are. Sounds a little bit like somos, but because Spanish comes from the Latin. Second person plural. Estis. Vos estis. Mali. You are bad. You guys are bad. Third person plural. Sont. Sont. Sounds like the French because French comes from Latin. Sont. So if we're saying more than one person or thing, we would say, for example, Hispania et Graecia et Gallia in Europa sont. Hispania, Spain, and Graecia, Greece, and et Gallia, France, in Europa, in Europe, sont, are. Many times we have in Latin the verb stuck at the end. I've seen a lot of times though, when we use the form est, it would be used as in English. For example, in English, the common structure of the sentence would be SVO. Okay, subject, verb, object. Okay. For example, in English, excuse me, in English, we say the boy climbed a tree. The article, boy, noun, climbed, verb, a article, tree, noun. Boy is the subject of the sentence. The verb is climbed. The predicate would be climbed a tree. The same sentence in Latin would be pur arborem ascendit. Pur, the noun, which is the subject of the sentence. Arborem, tree, object of the sentence. Ascendit, ascendit, the verb. Here we have a switch. We have the subject, object, and the verb. Okay? And let's continue to the next part. So if I say the girl loves the dog, the girl's the subject, loves is the verb, loves the dog is the predicate. If I switch girl and dog, the sentence says the dog loves the girl. Is it the same sentence? No, it's not. The meaning of the sentence has completely changed around. Because in English, word order is crucial and it matters. However, because of the in Latin, because of the declension, okay, of the noun, Latin is an inflected language, which means that the noun, pronouns, and adjectives change their forms to suit a grammatical function. And those would be the nominative, the accusative, the genitive, the ablative, vocative, and locative. Really weird sounding words when I first came across them. But don't be intimidated by them because little by little we're going to learn what they all mean. For example, puela canem amat. Girl, dog, loves. The literal translation. Dog in its nominative form is canis. Canis. But when it is the object of the sentence, the receiver of the verb, it has to be declined. The ending changes to suit a grammatical form, to become dog in the accusative form. So when we see canem, we know that it is in the accusative because canis is the nominative. And the only way we know that is by practice and learning vocabulary and learning the different declensions of the nouns, pronouns, and adjectives. So this is puelam canem amat, the girl loves the dog. Canem puela amat means the girl loves the dog. Amat puela canem means the girl loves the dog. So it doesn't matter where we put the nouns and the verbs or the nominative or the accusative or the verb, because we're distinguishing this word dog to be the object, the receiver of the verb. Okay, the noun form changes. Not just the nouns, but the pronouns and adjectives are declined. Decline means that they change their ending to suit a grammatical function. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Until next time, Magister Ricky LaRosa. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you soon.